This is the S&P 500 Spider ETF SPY one-day reading for July 15th, 2024. It's currently June 11th, 2024, 8:54 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading is $536.95, that's USD. And the shuffle video playing for you in the lower left corner was created on May 23rd, 2024 at 11:10 p.m. Eastern Time. The overall theme and behavior for SPY on the 15th, the nullified Prince of Swords really is a very difficult card to read. As far as overall trend direction, it's very, what it means is that it's really volatile, and usually there's a lot of price change when you see the Prince of Swords, but it's a nullified Prince of Swords, so somehow there's some sort of chart behavior that might like counteract it. It's a tough one to read, guys, as far as overall theme. When you look at the 1 month, you get kind of a mixed kind of bag of directional information. We've got a rally that's halted by a decline through key support, and we also have a decline that ends with a fast sudden move higher, an improbable trade opportunity, and some bearish price swings in there. Really tough one to read overall direction, especially with a nullified high card and a nullified trade card as well. We only have the one significator in the low position to really indicate overall direction. Behavior around the highest high, that we have sideways rotation and then a fast move out of that sideways rotation to the upside that'll take us into the high. It also marks a trade opportunity based on the correlation to the prior day's theme card. Behavior around the lowest low for the 15th, we have a sideways fluctuating decline that precedes a notable rally. A lot of price change into and or out of the low. And there's not really a trade advisement as far as the trade card is concerned. Now, I'm going to get into the hour-by-hour chart behavior as well as identifying the timing of the highest highs and lowest lows, as well as the trade opportunities. But before I do all that, I just want to make sure that you're aware. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following the rule of karma for the channel. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and 5% of the profits from every profitable trade utilizing this information should be donated forward to one of these charities, or pick a charity of your choosing as long as you're paying 5% forward, and then 5% should be sent back to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use Wise or you can use YouTube tips, and that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you follow the rule of karma for the channel, the universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get back into it. In the pre-market, we have multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance. That's followed by right around the open, a failed attempt at key resistance, followed by a decline through key support. But that failed attempt at key resistance, it'll be disappointing. It'll appear that we're going to break through it. There'll probably between these multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance, there's probably like a decline to support and like the false establishment of support, followed by this move to the upside right around the open. That'll be that failed attempt, that disappointing failed attempt because we made that falsely established support. So it'll be a disappointing attempt to break through that key resistance, followed by a decline through key support, taking us into a low between 10 and 11. And in the midst of that low, we should see three crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level. The third cross to the upside, confirming a bullish trend and rallying us into some sort of crest here. It's not going to be a high, but it'll be a crest here around 11 o'clock, a little bit after 11. The rally into that crest offers opportunity. So at the low, obviously, we want to place a trade with this Labradorite. And we can close it for a day trade in the midst of the rally out of that low into a crest right around 11 o'clock. And that'll be in the midst of, like after that crest, there'll be a period of volatility and a sharp drop that stands out in that period of volatility, possibly taking us back to a low, probably. And then out of that decline into a low, in the 12 to 1 o'clock hour, there's a big move out of the decline from the bottom of a range all the way to the top of a range for another trade opportunity. This is a place to enter into a short position, which you would close at the end of the day or possibly in the following day. We'll see when we look at that. But from this crest, this big move from the bottom range all the way to the top of a range is going to take us back to a high. We'll probably break through the high momentarily, and then there's another decline off of that high between 1 and 2. Decline temporarily ends with a fast sudden move higher, and then that turns into a decline through multiple supports levels, taking us back into a low somewhere between 2 and 3. Decline continues into the 3 to 4 o'clock hour with probably a lower low, and then by the close we've turned around and we've rallied into key resistance, and we're probably bumping along resistance at the close. There's trade opportunity there as well, so you'd want to close out of that short position for a day trade here in the last hour. Probably I wouldn't wait until the close, and then there might be another low in the post market or in the following day. That full card is interesting right there. Yeah, so if you traded on the 12th, you open up a short position with this Ace of Wands. You might have been able to close it at the end of the day with that Magus card, or you would have added to the short, and you would have closed out of that short. You could, a prudent investor would close out of the short here between 10 and 11 at that low, but probably more lucrative to wait till then, although a lot of risk in between the 10 to 11 and the last hour, a lot of risk, so be mindful of that. Probably better to go for the profit and just reposition yourself here at like 1 o'clock for a short position into the close. And that's sneak preview for the 16th. We see at some point on the 16th, there's a period of sideways rotation, rise to meet the nearest resistance and then fall back down and continue rotating sideways along that key support level that we were rotating sideways along. We'll talk about